say you had investments in stock. Tell me about that. I didn't know nothing. I didn't know anything about that. I still don't know anything about stocks. I didn't know you were involved in it. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I got into stocks because of my homie Jose. Shout out to Jose. He gave me a lot of tips. He told me a couple apps. He told me how to get into it. I never really cared about it at like in the beginning, but over time I kind of figured that's when I was thinking long term. I was like, so what am I gonna do? Like end goal, am I just gonna like what's my plan? So I got into stocks. What I'm investing in mostly is esports. So a lot of esports types of stocks. Yeah, just mostly what it is. It just surrounds that because I'm pretty sure esports is gonna be pretty big. Technically, I think it's kind of rivaling like NBA attention, like the seats and all that, the pricings. I think it's getting up there. So it just started like what, a couple of years ago. So I mean, it's only gonna keep going up, honestly. So it's gonna be bigger than sports at one point, and by then, my stock should be good. But the big thing about stocks is you just invest into what you like what you know. Like I'm not gonna invest into something weird that I don't know, you know. Like there's a lot of stuff that I can invest in that seem cool because people say, "Oh, invest in this," but just do what you know because that's honestly gonna be the best route for you. If you just do it just because it's cool or whatever, that's not gonna work out because you just gotta know what you're investing in. Like PlayStation's one that I invest in. Part of it's because of the VR. They're going into that more than a lot of other consoles, so I think that'll be pretty big. It just depends. There's a lot of ways to go about it.
How do you invest in that? Do you go through a certain app?
Yeah, I have a couple apps on my phone. If you guys want to check them out, give me a second. Let me find it.
Yeah, because I've always been interested in that, but I wasn't really too sure on what to invest in. And I'm gonna be quite honest. I was actually I had a thought about investing into the weed business, the marijuana business. Legal marijuana is gonna come up, and even the growing part in it, you know, and factories that produce the chemicals for it, soil, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And but I just never really knew how to get into it, and I've been afraid of putting money. Okay, so I have this thing where I if I pay something. I should be receiving something back. And if I don't receive anything back, then I just lost money. You know what I mean? That's my thought process. I know it's not a right thought process to be in, but that's just how I think. That's how my brain is functioning. So how do you do it? Like, what do you actually do? How do you go through the process?
First, research what you want to go into. Like you said, marijuana stuff. There's certain stocks that you can look up, or like the top 100 stocks for marijuana or anything like that, and then you can see what companies have it, because you never know. There's some companies that I never thought of that are into esports that are. Tencent is a big one. That one's in China. That one owns a couple big esports companies, games, so they're pretty big in that. I didn't know that. You just have to research it. First research it, understand like what stocks are what, and then you can go into the apps. One of the apps is Robinhood. I think it's for Apple and Android.
Yeah, I think I heard about that one.
Yeah, Robinhood's. It's all right. I mean, I started with that one. And then a big one that got me really into it was M1 Finance. That's what it's called. So you can look that up. M1 Finance. It's one of the big differences. It's kind of the same as Robinhood, but the differences is you can buy a percentage of a stock. So say an Amazon stock is $100 a share. Instead of having to buy the $100 for that one share, you can buy a percentage of it. So say you only have like $10, you can put in $10 and you'll buy 10% of the share. And then you can just keep building up until you get that one share with how many shares you want.
So you don't have to be with money, or you don't have to be rich in order to invest in
no, you really
the stock
don't.
market. That's another misconception that I thought. It's like, man, you need a lot of money to invest to make money, because I can't just put these $5 in and then receive like a dope turnaround. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not really like flipping. It's kind of like a long process, like longevity. Because even I'm very impatient sometimes too, which is bad. But like I'll see it in perspective of, oh, I put in X amount of money, and I've already tripled my money in like a couple months. Imagine if I put in 100,000, then I would have like 300,000. Like, like
Yeah.
that kind of perspective. But in complete honesty, just do what you have. Like, don't go broke about it. That's pretty bad. Like, if you just put in your last $10 and you're like, oh, I'm gonna be rich.
On
Like,
some casino stuff. Yeah.
yeah, that's not how
Try
it
to hit the
works.
jackpot.
But just look up M1 Finance. That's a really good one to start off with. They teach you everything, how to do everything. Um, and yeah, that's it. Just look up what stocks you want, and then see how much they cost, and start investing in it. They give you like a little plan, and you can see if you want to put money in monthly or how do you want to do it. But it's pretty simple. You don't have to buy a whole share. Like if you want Amazon's one I wanted, but it's a lot of money, and I rather own shares because you don't start making money until, or you're not in the system of like I have that share until you buy it. So, like, say I wanted to buy Amazon, for how long is me to buy one share? It would take to buy like 3 shares of PlayStation or something,
Yeah.
you know? So, why would I waste all my money on that when I can be spreading it to all these other stocks and